What's up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and I've seen a lot of people freaking out online because a judge has sealed the search warrant for Bryan Kohberger's Washington apartment, saying that it could create a threat to public safety. Now listen, I understand why people are freaking out. It's already a scary situation, and when you hear those words, of course, people are going to be like, wait. What is going on here? So the purpose of this video is so that we both can have a better understanding of what exactly is happening. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into this article and get some more information. Authorities have temporarily sealed the search warrant for University of Idaho suspect Bryan Kohberger's Washington home, as they claim releasing details could prematurely end the investigation and create a threat to public safety. Kohberger's apartment in Pullman, Washington, was combed by law enforcement for evidence into the ongoing investigation, and court documents filed the same day as his arrest state that compelling circumstances warrant the temporary sealing ordered in this matter. The information will remain secret until March 1st. The document states premature public disclosure of the details of this law enforcement investigation will create serious and imminent threat to effective law enforcement and could result in the premature end of this investigation, which could create a threat to public safety. This matter is in the investigative stage, and while criminal charges have been brought, those charges are not yet publicly known. The document states it was filed before those charges later became public. The documents state that it is within the interest of those connected to the brutal slayings to keep the search warrant sealed. The search warrant, which is shrouded in mystery, will not be sealed forever. The documents go on to say that for these reasons, the information contained in the application and the nature of this investigation must be kept secret for a limited period of time. It is estimated that the investigation will likely be concluded within 2 months from this date, December 30th. So an order sealing the file for that period of time is appropriate and necessary. The prosecuting attorney can ask to unseal the records if the investigation and or criminal case proceeds more quickly than currently anticipated. Now, I've seen a lot of people speculating and spreading false information online behind this. Some people are saying that this is evidence that there's another suspect. That's not the case at all. Now, I'm no expert here, but I believe the reason they did this is, like they say, they do not want too much information getting out there that could affect this investigation or lead to some type of technicalities that will allow Bryan to get off. So when they're talking about the threat to law enforcement, I don't think they necessarily mean a threat to law enforcement. They mean a threat to the legal proceedings that are going on with Bryan right now. And when they say that may lead to a threat to the public, they mean that may lead to Bryan getting off. And then that's a threat to the public because Bryan will be out here walking the streets again on a technicality or on some type of something that he will be out because the investigation and the process will have been messed up. So that's basically what's going on here. Another thing that I find interesting is this. I'm not so sure. I will have to look into it a little bit more. But I wonder when they actually started entering into Bryan's apartment. You know, when did they conduct that search warrant? When did they start searching through Bryan's apartment? Because we know Bryan was on the other side of the country. So I wonder if they started going to through Bryan's apartment before the arrest, or maybe around the same exact time. I don't know. but they wouldn't want information getting out there about them having this search warrant to search Bryan's apartment while, Bryan is not even in custody yet. So that's another situation that could be possible, although I'm not sure that that's the case at all. I'm just saying that's a possibility here. But they're going to want to keep this information like really close to the chest. They're going to be really tight-lipped here, and I understand why. And I think the public needs to back off a little bit, because I think they have shown us that they have evidence against Bryan. They've shown us that everyone who is skeptical, everyone who is criticizing them, they were wrong. That they had, a solid, firm grasp on this situation the entire time. They already had Bryan pinged as possibly the suspect well before we knew Bryan existed. So I think that they've given the public a lot of information, more information than we often get in these cases. So don't expect them to just tell us everything. And in fact, I would expect that they're going to stop telling us as much, because we already know so much. We know a lot. And as someone who's covered plenty of cases before, we don't usually get this much information. So we know a lot already. And I don't think they wanted to risk anything happening. They don't want to risk anything happening to this investigation or, to the prosecution. But also, I do think that there is something to see here, meaning like my takeaway from this would be that most likely something was found in that apartment. If, no pun intended, if the apartment was a big nothing burger, if Kohberger's apartment was a big nothing burger, nothing to be found there, nothing to be seen there, then would they go so far as to seal this information? Ask yourselves that question. I think that at the very least, what we can gather from this is that they most likely found something in that apartment. What it is, I don't know, but they probably found something. And we saw them taking all types of stuff out of that apartment. So if anything, I think like if you really want to form some connections and connect the dots here, I would connect those dots. That's what I think is the strongest possibility. But I don't think that there's anything else to it. And that use of language, I think I explained to you why they used that language. The threat to the public is if Bryan gets out of jail, because of some type of technicality or some type of misstep, or because they reveal too much or something of that nature. Crazier things have happened, trust me. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and I will talk to you all in the next video.